good evening everybody, and welcome to Pilates with me, Louise. I'm covering for Kerry this evening. Hope we're all well. Friday evening. It's a nice change for me to teach on a Friday evening. So I'll just wait for a few minutes to see if anyone's going to join me live. So today for the Pilates class, you just need a mat or a towel or something to lie down on, whatever you're comfortable with, depending on what your floor is. If you're okay on the carpet, then that's fine. For some of the movements and exercises that we're going to do, you may want to put something underneath your head, whether that be a yoga block or just a cushion or a rolled up towel or hoodie. Grab that now in case you might want it. And that's all you need, and some water maybe, and yourself. So we're going to do a 45-minute class. Hi Alex, hope you're well. So 45-minute class, mixed level Pilates. Obviously I don't know who usually does this class because I'm covering for Kerry today, so I'm going to give loads of options and alternatives throughout, and please stick at the level that feels good for you. Anybody with any lower back problems, listen especially carefully for the options for anybody with back injuries. I'll be mindful about you people as I'm teaching today. It's difficult when I can't see you, but yeah. Anyway, let's get going. So I hope we've all had a good week, and happy Friday. The weekend is here nearly. Okay, so let's start with a standing warm up. I'll just put my timer on so that I don't get too carried away. Okay, if you have got a mat or a towel, you just need it sideways on for later. But if you're not using anything, that's fine. So starting either on the floor or on the mat, whatever's good, feet hip width apart, lifting up tall through the crown of the head, sliding the shoulders away from the ears, and draw the abdominals in. Just check for me that you're in a neutral spine. So I'll just turn sideways to show you. So you've got natural curves in your back. Some of us have got more than others, depending on how much our back is arched naturally, but what we're not doing is arching or tilting the pelvis underneath. So neutral spine, just turn that down a touch. All right, from here, we're just going to breathe in through the nose, reaching up with the arms, and breathing out through the mouth. Eye gaze directly forwards, shoulders away from the ears. So inhale to rise up, and exhale through the mouth. Let's add a heel raise if you can. So as you inhale, you lift the heels, take a balance at the top, and exhale as you control it down. And again, so if you are lifting the heels, try and be mindful that you're not letting your ankles roll out to the sides. So keeping all 10 toes in contact with the floor as you lift up, ankles are locked, and then lower down slowly. One more time, inhale to rise, and exhale. Apologies if you can hear my son crying in the background. Knees are soft, just roll the shoulders up, back and down. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth slowly. Nice big circle, just mobilizing through the shoulder girdle. All right, slide the shoulders down, shoulder blades together as if they're going into your back pockets of your jeans. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, we just turn the head to one side to stretch the neck. Inhale, center, and opposite side, exhale. Inhale, center. Daddy is there with George, so don't worry, he's not on his own. Exhale to turn, and inhale to center. One more time. And center. We're going to side bend over. Inhale, right arm rises. As we exhale, side stretch over, making sure we're going directly sideways. Inhale to lift, and exhale to release. One more time, other side. Exhale over, inhale, and exhale, arms to shoulder height. Shoulders are down, just going to step back to make sure you can see me. So breathe in to prepare, draw the abdominals in, and as you breathe out, you're lifting one leg to 90 degrees. Inhale and lower. Changing legs, exhale to lift, and inhale to lower. So just focusing, trying to just stabilize ourselves, getting ready for the workout to come, the class to come. So steadying our balance, eye gaze straight forwards, and check that your hips are remaining level, so we're not lifting or twisting the hips as we move. Mobilizing through the hips and knees, and now let's mobilize the ankle. So start to circle the ankle, nice big circles. You'll also feel your shoulders and your arms working hard to stay in this position. Change direction when you're ready. So same ankle, but opposite way. And you might hear a little bit of clicking, but it's nothing sinister. It's just air getting locked in the joints. So don't worry too much. Ankle stays still, arms overhead. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, opening the arms and the legs simultaneously, coordinating with the breath. Inhale, come center. If you're struggling to balance, tap your toe down. Same thing with your toe on the floor. So exhale to open and inhale to center. 2 more times. Oops, can't stand up myself this evening. Exhale to open, inhale to center, and 1 more time. And center, changing sides, opening the arm out for balance, and start to circle the ankle now. Now, if your arms and shoulders are getting too achy, maybe try and place your hands overhead with the hands clasped, and then slide the shoulders away from the ears. Change direction, so you're going opposite way with the ankle, with the foot. Nice big circle that you're drawing with your big toe. A little bit of clicking there. Ankle still, inhale to rise. As we exhale, opening the arms and the legs simultaneously. And breathe in, come back to center. So coordination of movement with breath. Nice, smooth, fluid movements. Exhale. And inhale, 1 more time. All right, step your feet hip width apart, arms reach overhead. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, swing down. Breathe in to lift. And again, breathe out to swing. Breathe in to lift. So we're squatting back with the bottom, curling through the spine, just going as deep as your body will allow. So if you want to make it slightly smaller, that's absolutely okay. Reduce your range of movement if you want to. 1 more time. Exhale, inhale, slide the shoulders down. Now, either with the heels down, or if you want more of a challenge, lift the heels up and lock the ankles. Palms to face front, toy soldier as a warm-up. So we're inhaling as we reach one arm down, and as we exhale, switch and change. Inhale to switch and change, and exhale, switch and change. 1 more time on each arm, stabilizing the shoulders away from the ears and reaching up nice and tall. And release. Keeping the feet hip width apart. Inhale to prepare. I'll just turn sideways to show you. As you exhale, chin to the chest and rolling down slowly, 1 vertebra at a time, with the knees slightly soft, just letting the arms hang. Relax the head, tuck the chin. Inhale at the bottom and exhale as you stack up slowly, 1 vertebra at a time. Crown of the head comes up last. Let's go again. I think that light's too bright, so I'm just going to turn it off. Inhale to prepare. Same movement as we exhale, chin to the chest, arms just hang like a rag doll, nice and heavy. Knees slightly soft so you're not locking out the joints. Don't worry if you don't go as low as me, that doesn't matter. Inhale at your bottom points and exhale as you stack the spine up like building blocks, 1 vertebra at a time. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Inhale to prepare, exhale, chin to the chest, slowly rolling down, letting the arms hang. Knees slightly soft to take the pressure out of your hamstrings and your lower back. Inhale at the bottom points and exhale as you roll up slowly, making sure you keep the head and neck relaxed until the final movement. Crown of the head comes up last. 1 more. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, tuck the chin and roll down. Knees slightly soft. Inhale at your bottom points and exhale as you roll up. Hands to the lower back, breathe in, lift, and as you exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze your bottom, gently push your hips slightly forward, and take a little spinal extension, like a baby back bend. And release, and shake out. All right, we're going to bring it down onto the floor now. So you may want to grab something to pop under your head for this, but you might not. So a block, or a cushion, or a rolled up towel or hoodie, or you might be okay on the floor. So we're just going to go through some breathing now. So either head on the floor or place your object under your head. If you prefer to raise your head up, it's up to you. Chin tucked down to the chest wherever you are, even if you've got something under your head, and relax the arms down by the sides. Bend the knees so the feet are flat on the floor and you're in a neutral spine. So just rock your pelvis forwards and back a couple of times. Do a couple of little pelvic tilts. And then relax your spine so you think you're in your natural position, and we call this neutral spine in Pilates. So you've got a little gap underneath the middle of your back just to fit your fingers under, but you can't drive a bus underneath it, all right? You're not imprinting your spine down. We will do some imprint with the spine later on in the class, and I'll talk to you about that when we get to it. So let's just breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you're breathing, we're just staying in a static position, and I want you to draw the belly button in towards the spine, and imagine you've got a corset or a wide belt around your middle area. So keep it engaged, drawing the belly button in, and if you've got your corset or your belt, imagine it's fastened on about the 3rd hole. So not the 10th hole of the belt so that you can't breathe, just so you can feel that bit of tension, but you're breathing into your rib cage and your lungs. And we call this lateral thoracic breathing in Pilates. Now, I'm not going to go on for too long about it because we want to do our class, but just because I haven't taught you before Pilates, I thought I'd just mention it briefly. If you can also zip up your pelvic floor, I want you to find the pelvic floor muscles and lift them up like going up in a lift or an elevator. If you can't find your pelvic floor, don't worry, but just try and keep it engaged as much as possible. So we're working all of our fundamental core muscles. All right, from here, your set-up posture. We're going to inhale as we reach the arms overhead. And as you exhale, lower the arms down and lift your head and shoulders into an abdominal scoop, like a little curl. Inhale as we lower down and reach the arms overhead. And exhale as we curl up, keeping the abdominals drawn in and braced. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. So if you want slightly less, pop your block or your cushion under your head, and that reduces the range of motion, so you're making your movements smaller and you're not lifting as high. If you want a little bit more, as you lift your head and shoulders, you can lift one leg to a tabletop position, 90 degrees. Inhale as you lower and float the foot down. Exhale as you change legs, lifting the leg to 90 degrees, tabletop position. And inhale to lower. Exhale as we lift, drawing the belly button in. Pilates belt still fastened. Inhale to lower. And again, exhale to lift. Give me one more on each leg, please. So exhale as we lift. Inhale to lower, and one more time. And lower. All right, from here, we're going to come up into 100 preparation. So I want you to lift your head and shoulders, and we're just going to breathe in for 5, pulsing the arms, and breathe out for 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just starting with the feet on the floor. Stop there. We've just done a few sets. Bring the knees in, take a gentle rock side to side. We're going to come back to the 100 later and do some more advanced options, but this is just a warm-up preparation. So when you're ready from here, keep the legs lifted, and I want you to imprint your spine down to the floor now. So your knees are directly above your hips, and because we've got 2 legs lifted, it's quite hard to maintain that neutral spine. So instead, we're going to imprint our spine by tilting the pelvis, closing the gap between the ribs and the hips, and pushing the lower back down. Chin to the chest, either head on the floor or put your block or your cushion or whatever you've got under your head if you prefer. All right, we're going to take toe tap. So inhale, prepare. Exhale, tap one toe down. Inhale to lift, changing legs. Exhale to tap, inhale to lift. So imagine there's a bucket of water or a little puddle at the end of your mat, and you're dipping your toes in to see how hot or how cold the water is. If anybody wants more, lift the head and shoulders up into that scoop position, so you're engaging your higher abdominals as well. Anybody who's got back problems, you may prefer to keep your head down and maybe grab your block or your cushion or whatever you've got. So keep going. And if anybody wants more still, advanced option, 2 legs together. Exhale as we tap down and inhale to rise, knees above hips. Try not to bring the knees too close in because that's making it slightly easier for yourself. You want to try and challenge yourself, especially if you're on the double leg. You can take a break anytime you need to and just lie down and focus on your breathing. So exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose. 2 more times, stabilizing the shoulders, eye gaze between your knees. And release. Bring the knees in, place the hands on the shins and just circle your legs around in the hip joint and change direction, opposite way. Alright, we're going to go into single leg stretch now, or one leg extension it's sometimes called. So back into your tabletop position. Again, if you want support for your neck, place your block or your cushion or whatever you've got underneath. We're going to breathe in for 2 stretches and then breathe out for 2 stretches. Breathing in, breathing out and out. If you're getting cramp in the feet, you might want to flex the feet to get rid of the cramp. If not, you can either relax the toes or you can point the toes if you want to. Now start to bring that straight leg towards a diagonal. And if you want a little bit more, take it even lower towards the floor. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you want more, lift the head and shoulders into that scoop position and then gently bring the bent leg in towards you, holding the inside of the knee, the outside of the ankle. So inhale for 2 extensions and exhale for 2 extensions. Keep going, everybody. Anybody with lower back problems, or if you feel that your back is arching too much off the mat, just keep the legs higher up to the ceiling and you can lose the arms and maybe even place your head down on the floor or on your cushion or your block. Quite slow and controlled, imprinting the spine down to the floor. Make this your last one and bring the knees in and take a gentle rock side to side. Alright, we're going to go into double leg stretch now. So there's loads of different variations of this exercise. We're going to open the knees to what I call a frog's legs position. So toes together, knees wide, hands on the knees. And because we've got both legs lifted, we're imprinting the spine down to the floor. So breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, you're going to reach the arms and legs and lift the head and shoulders if you can. And then inhale to come back to where we started. So exhale to reach, inhale to lower. Keep going. Option, grab whatever you've got underneath your head, and you may just want to keep your head down on your block or your cushion. Or you may want to take a little raise up and then back down, so you're only doing a small raise, less abdominal connection there. If anybody wants more, as you exhale, you reach the legs a little bit lower and take the arms behind the head, and then inhale to lower. Breathing out through the mouth and in through the nose. Now if you want to, you can reach back, circle the arms underneath, and then hook the knees in. Exhale, circle, and inhale to lower. If the circle is a little bit confusing, don't worry about it, and you can just extend to that V shape and then come back in. If you want less, you're just reaching up to the ceiling and inhaling and lowering. Okay, so give me 4 more repetitions if you can. So be mindful of the position of your back. If your back starts to arch, or you really start to feel like you're getting a little bit of pain in your lower back, that means you've gone a little bit too far and you've probably let your abdominal engagement go. So just reduce your range of movement, lift your legs back up to the ceiling rather than open to that V position. And when you're ready, hold your frog's legs position, feet together, soles of the feet holding onto the ankles, and just take a little rock side to side. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lift head and shoulders, push the knees open for an inner thigh stretch. full body stretch. All right, we did the 100 prep earlier, so we're going to go into the full move now. So we're going to bend our knees and come back to our supine setup position. If you feel you want your block or your cushion, grab it underneath your head now. So we're going to breathe in for 5 and out for 5, 10 times, hence the name the 100. You can do it at the basic level. You're still going to get a great workout and great core connection. You're going to breathe in for 5 and out for 5, 10 times. If you want to work harder, lift one leg up. You do 5 sets there, so 50, and then change legs. If you want a little bit more, you're going to lift both legs, imprinting the spine because you've got both legs lifted, or advanced option, turn the legs out into like a ballet first position, heels together and flex the feet. You're going to do it here, and then the lower the legs are, the more challenge. If you don't quite get to 100, doesn't matter, just stop when you need to and bring your knees in and release and breathe. Okay, so let's go. So it's really focusing on using those core abdominals, deep postural muscles. Either feet down, or one leg, or 2 legs. Head and shoulders can either be down on your block or your cushion, or on the floor, or lifted up. Here we go, we're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've done 20, we've got 80 more to go. If you want the challenge, extend the legs, flexing the feet, heels together. And then start to lower the legs if you can. So you're aiming to be all the way down to this position. Keep going, everybody. I hope you're counting your own. So I'm going to talk. We really force the air out of the lips. We make an O shape with the lips as we exhale. Make that O shape to really push the air out and draw the abdominals in. Remember that belt or that corset we talked about at the beginning, okay? Couple more. So don't be afraid to make a noise as you breathe. One more set. And release. Knees in, take a gentle rock side to side. All right, rolling yourself up to a seated position now. And just sit with the soles of the feet together. So if you find it quite difficult to sit upright with your spine, you might want to grab your block or your cushion or whatever you've got and just pop it underneath your bottom. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're just going to roll forwards, nose towards toes, and just relax the spine. Opening the knees out and just breathe. Slowly rolling up. And we're going to come into a spine twist now. So you can either do it with the soles of the feet together, or you can cross the feet, whatever's comfortable for you. If you prefer to have the feet on the floor and the knees bent, that's okay too. All right. Again, if you want your block or your cushion or your towel or your hoodie, whatever you've got, pop it under your bottom. So elbows stacked, one on top of the other. And we're going to keep both sides of the bottom and our sit bones anchored down firmly. Breathing in, this is rotation movement for the spine. As we exhale, we're going to twist round to one side, keeping both sides of the bottom planted down. Inhale, come center, and opposite way, exhale. Inhale, center. So you'll probably feel when you're doing this that maybe one side of the body wants to lift, one side of the bottom. So try and keep it equal on both sides, creating equilibrium through our body. It's a really functional movement. We tend to injure our spine in our everyday life activities when we're doing a rotation movement because we don't do enough rotation. So usually when people are twisting to pick up shopping bags or a baby or doing the gardening, so it's really important that we include these kind of movements in our workouts to get stronger moving in this direction. One more each side. Exhale to rotate. Inhale, center, and change. And center. We're coming into the saw now. So we're going to take our legs into a wide stick pose position. If you need to bend the knees, that's okay. And if you don't like it, you can do it with the soles of the feet together. So opening the arms out. This is about hamstring flexibility, spinal extension and flexibility, and spinal rotation. So we're going to inhale as we rotate. And as we exhale, we're going to reach forwards and look towards the back hand. Inhale, come to center. Exhale as we rotate, look towards the back hand. Inhale to lift. Now if you're not as flexible as me, it's absolutely okay to just come halfway to a diagonal. We're trying to keep a long spine here. So it's not about nose to knee, it's about keeping the spine long and extended. If you want more, you're going to do a double pulse. So exhale 1, 2, and inhale center. So it's like your little finger is sawing your little toe off. It's a horrible thought, but that's what the imagery is behind it. Exhale, exhale, inhale center. If you don't like the double pulse, just stay with the singles, and you might not come very low, but you're going to get a lovely, lovely extension through the spine and a stretch through the hamstrings, and also working on that spinal rotation. Trying to keep the kneecaps facing up to the ceiling. And release. All right, slowly bring the legs together and shake the legs out. All right, coming to face me on your side now. So for this side leg series, you might want to grab your block or your cushion and place it like a little pillow underneath your ear, between your ear and your shoulder, but you might be okay without. It's up to you. It's very personal. So stacking the legs, squeezing through inner thighs, and placing that front hand in front of the belly button. We're going to start with a double leg raise. So inhale to prepare. As you exhale, just squeezing both legs and lifting them just off the floor. Inhale to lower. And again, so small, tiny movement. Exhale to lift the legs. Inhale to lower. If you want the challenge, place your hand either on your thigh or place the hand behind the head, elbow wide. I'll keep going. If you feel that you're rolling backwards and you keep falling backwards, rolling over, bring your feet and your legs slightly further forward so they're in your peripheral vision. As you gaze, you should see your toes out of the corner of your eye. This is a bit painful if you haven't got a mat and you're just lying on the floor, especially if it's a hard floor. So hopefully you've got a nice cushioned mat. One more. Flex the feet and place the hand back down if it's not there. We're going to scissor the legs, keeping both knees straight. Inhale as we scissor, and then switch for 2, and then exhale as we scissor and scissor. So breathing in, scissor, scissor. One more, breathing out, scissor and scissor. Squeezing the legs together and release. Bring the top knee in towards the chest, relax it down to the floor and reach overhead with the arm. The knee that's in front, bend that knee, reach for the ankle or the heel. Quad stretch, pushing the hips forward, tilting the pelvis if you can. And release. Swing the legs around the other side, or if you need to roll over away from me, depends on where you've got space or where you want to see me in the room, just make sure you're on your second side. So nice straight line through the body, and it's up to you if you want your cushion there or not. You can even come on your elbow if you prefer, whatever's good for you, but just make sure your hips are stacked. So if I was to put spirit level on top, the bubble will be in the middle. I don't know anything about DIY, but I do know that. All right, so when you're ready, drawing the belly button in. Inhale to prepare. As we exhale, lift both legs just off the floor and inhale to lower. And again, exhale through the mouth, keeping that corset engaged. Inhale to lower. Pelvic floor still zipped up. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. If you want the challenge, take the hand on the thighs or take the hand behind the head. Couple more. Last one, take it up and hold. Place the hand down in front for balance and flex the feet. Let's scissor. Try not to bend the knees. Inhale as we scissor and then switch. Exhale as we scissor and switch. And again, inhale, inhale, keeping the body as still as you can, and exhale. Squeezing the legs together and release. Bending the top knee, bringing it down along the floor and reaching overhead. And then when you're ready, bending that knee, bringing the heel to the bottom, quad stretch, stretching the front of the thigh, and release. We've done a little bit of a front of the thigh stretch. We're going to go into rocker now, which gives us a bigger one. So when you're ready, rolling onto your front. If anybody needs any alternatives and you can't lie down on your front, you've got the option anytime as well. You can just sit back into a child's pose and stretch it out, or do something that you know is comfortable for you, because obviously I haven't been able to speak to anyone about any injuries that they've got, so you know your own body, but just listen out for the different modifications through the exercises as well. So coming into rocker, so reaching round, flex that foot and reach for the ankle if you can. Now if you just want to do one leg at a time, you just push that foot up towards the ceiling and tilt the tailbone and pelvis underneath. Okay, if you want more, coming onto both sides together and pushing the feet up towards the sky. Long neck, so chin is down. Now from here, you're going to attempt to rock. If you can't move, you can't rock, don't worry, just stay where you are and breathe. It's really good, it's like medicine for our back. Also stretching out through the hip flexors and the quads, in the legs, and release. Hands onto the shoulders, push back, bottom to the heels, open the knees wide, and reach forward and stretch. Nice deep breaths. Stay where you are, keep the bottom in contact with the heels, and then just creep your fingers a little bit further along the floor. All right, pushing up onto all fours, hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. We're going to come into swimming. It's a strength exercise for the back, also using your core strength in your abdominals. Also about coordination and balance. So slide the shoulder blades together, make sure your neck is in alignment with the spine so the chin is not down here, lifting the head up so you've got a nice straight spine right to the tip of your head. Breathe in to prepare, and as you breathe out, you're going to lift opposite arm to leg, so front leg and back arm, or vice versa. Inhale to lower, changing sides, exhale to reach, inhale to lower. So as you do this, you're keeping the spine nice and long like a tabletop, and you're trying not to twist or rotate your shoulders or your hips. So the legs just going to 90 degrees. We're not worrying about kicking it all the way up to the ceiling. One more. I'm going to turn so you can see this. Stay where you are, hold it out. We're going to come into a diagonal pointer sequence for the obliques. So inhale, prepare. As we exhale, we open the arm and leg to make a diagonal line. We inhale, come center. You don't need to turn, it's just so you can see what I'm doing. Exhale as we open, and inhale, center. 4 more, so we're breathing out through the mouth and breathing in through the nose. So we're doing 6 altogether. The wider we go, the more challenge. Quite challenging on those oblique muscles that cross over the front of the abdominal cavity. Last one. And release, changing sides, opposite arm to leg. Inhale, prepare, stabilize and draw the abdominals in. As we exhale, we open to the diagonal. Inhale, come center. I'll come back sideways so you can see me from here. We've got 6 repetitions. Inhale, center. Two more. The wider we go, the more challenge. And release. Sit back and stretch. Bottom to heels and reach the fingers forwards. Pushing back onto all fours, tucking the toes. And we're going to lift into like a downward facing dog and just pedal through the feet, pressing alternate heels down. Alright, dropping the knees towards the floor, and then I want you to walk your hands forwards a couple of steps, dropping the hips forward so you're in a high plank on the knees. So you've got a straight line from your wrists all the way up to the shoulders. Anybody who's got wrist problems, if you can't manage to come in this position, come onto the knuckles, or you can come onto the forearms and elbows into a hover as an alternative, okay? So from here, we're going to go into leg pull prone. So either on your toes or your knees, feet are hip width apart or knees are hip width. Drawing the abdominal in, long spine. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you lift one leg just off the floor. Inhale and lower, flexing the back foot. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Advanced option. As you lift, you exhale and rock forwards. Inhale to rock back and lower. Other side. Exhale to rock. Inhale to lower. If you're on the knees, same thing. Exhale. Inhale to lower. No rock if you're on the knees. And be mindful if you're on the knees that you're not back into this position like you were for swimming. Your body's on a diagonal line, so you're bracing right through your core. Body weight forward over the arms and hips are in that diagonal position. One more on each side. Drop the knees, sit back and stretch. You've got one more kind of plank movement. So you're going to come back into that plank, either knees or toes. This time you're going to inhale as you pulse back into a crouch position for 2 and exhale as you come forward to plank. Inhale for 2, exhale forward and hold. Option is with the knees down, keep the toes tucked under and exhale to come forward. Now be mindful in this that you're not coming so far forward that the back is arching. We're not doing a cobra. So inhale as we come back and exhale to shift the body weight forwards. 2 more times. Drawing the abdominals in. And release. Sit back and stretch. Nice deep breaths. All right, lifting up and bringing yourself all the way down onto your front. I'm going to take the arms just outside of the mat. So you're in this kind of position here, elbows wide. And what I want you to focus on is the position of your core here. So you probably feel your belly button just hanging down onto the mat. I want you to draw the belly button in, like we talked about at the beginning, just to lift your belly just off the floor. So, stabilize your lower body, engaging through your buttocks. We're going to go into a swan dive preparation. So working the muscles in the back of the body. As you inhale, you're going to prepare. As you exhale, you lift head and shoulders, chin down. Inhale and lower. So it's a small movement. Exhale as we lift, keeping the eye gaze down so your neck is long. And inhale, lower. If you want to work a little bit harder, as you exhale and lift, let your arms hover off the floor and inhale and lower. So you're in this position still, but your arms are just hovering just off the floor, just about 4 to 6 centimeters off. Squeezing through your glutes and keeping a long neck so the chin is down. If anybody wants more still, more advanced option, as you lift, squeeze the shoulder blades together, elbows draw into your center of your back, and as you lower, reach the arms overhead and extend. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, reach and lower. 2 more times. Trying to keep the abdominals engaged, that's the hardest thing. Keep the belly braced. And release. This time, hands under the shoulders. We're going to work on upper body strength as well. Elbows tuck in. This time we reverse our breathing. We inhale as we push up, sliding the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale to lower. Now you may want to do this with the elbows on the floor and just come halfway. It's up to you. Or you may just want to come about 3/4 of the way, sliding the shoulders away from the ears. Now if this is enough for you, stay with it. If you want more, you can have a go at swan dive rock. Exhale to rock and inhale to catch. If you don't like it, just stay going up and down. Your choice. So if you're going to have a go, hopefully you've got a mat so it's comfortable. Shoot the arms forwards. And then release. When you're ready, pushing up onto the hands and knees, and let's take a lovely cat stretch. So breathe in to prepare, and as you breathe out, curl the spine up, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, flat back center, and exhale to arch into a cow stretch, bottom out, head slightly back. Inhale, center, And again, cat stretch, curling up, chin to the chest. Inhale, center. And exhale to arch. And center. While we're here, we're going to do a shoulder stretch. So I just want you to slide one arm through, palm up to the ceiling, and back of the shoulder towards the floor. So you're getting a lovely spinal rotation and a lovely stretch right through your upper back and your shoulders, your rear deltoids. Nice deep breaths. When you're ready, switching sides. How are we doing for time? We're okay. And release. I thought it'd be good to stretch out that area while we're there after all those planks and leg pull prone. So when you're ready, flip yourself onto your bottom. We're going to finish, before we do some stretches, with a sequence that's really strengthening through the transverse abdominis, which is the deep underlying stomach muscles that we really focus on for our core posture and strength, and that we use a lot in Pilates, as well as our six-pack muscles, which is our rectus abdominis. So we're going to bring ourselves onto our forearms. If you've got lower back problems and this isn't comfortable, you can do the same thing lying down on your back, or grab your cushion and support your back with your cushion or your block or whatever you have. So lifting the knees up, imprint the spine down slightly because you've got two legs lifted. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to extend the legs, flex the feet, and let's scissor. Breathing in for 2 and breathing out for 2. Anybody with back problems, you may prefer to bend the knees and tuck your toe down. And again, breathing in and in, breathe out and out. Eye gaze straight forwards, and if your back starts to arch, please bend the knees or just take a break, relax and bring your knees into your chest if you need to. All right, inhale, bring both knees in. As you exhale, double leg extension. To make it slightly easier, extend the legs up to the ceiling. To make it more challenging, extend the legs lower. Breathing in and out. One more. Hold it there. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Knees in, take a gentle rock. Okay, feet on the floor, arms overhead. Preparation for teaser. So we're going to inhale, prepare. As you exhale, you're going to lift one knee and you're going to reach your arms up to the ceiling, lifting head and shoulders. Inhale to lower. So breathing out through the mouth, draw the abdominals in. Inhale to lower. If you want more of a challenge, straighten the legs out. Anybody with back problems, especially lower back, keep your knees bent. So exhale as you lift, inhale to lower. Quite challenging. If you prefer, stay with bent legs. If anybody wants more, have a go at 2 legs together. This is quite intense. Now if anybody wants to have a go at the full move, you're going to come up into a jackknife, like a teaser position, all the way up, and then slowly, slowly control all the way down. It's quite tough. Exhale as you control all the way up, and on this one we inhale at the top, and then exhale as you control all the way down, and release. Whichever level you're on, just hold a full body stretch now, so just reach out tall. Nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bring the soles of the feet together and open the knees outwards like the pages of a book. Reaching the arms overhead and just holding onto your elbows. Just clasp your elbows, tucking your chin down to the chest. So just let the knees fall open. And just breathe into the back of the body, into your rib cage. All right, we're going to finish with a couple of stretches. So when you're ready, bringing the knees together, separate your feet hip width, and then reach the arms down. Bringing one knee into the chest, hugging it in tightly, And then as you exhale, extending that leg for a hamstring stretch. Now you can either let the foot flex and stretch the leg on its own, or you might want to hold gently behind your calf or your hamstring. Be mindful that you're not putting pressure behind the back of the knee. So you can either keep the other leg bent or you can straighten it out. Don't worry about my leg, just go as far as you can. If you prefer to bring something around your leg, if you've got a strap or a belt or a band, even a dressing gown tie is really good for that, or a tea towel, and you can do that if you're struggling to reach the leg yourself. Yeah, so use whatever props you can lay your hands on. As you exhale next time, see if you can go a little bit deeper into that stretch. And now we're going to lift the head and shoulders up towards the leg if you can, tucking the elbows in and forwards, and breathe. Now if you can, lift your bottom leg off the floor so it's a bit of a counterbalance stretch, pushing the back down into the ground, imprinting the spine. And when you're ready, release, bring the knees in. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So, one foot on the floor, opposite knee into the chest. And when you're ready, as you exhale, start to extend that leg into hamstring stretch. Flex the foot, grab your tie, your dressing gown belt, your tea towel if you want to, or gently hold behind the leg using the arms and the hands. Gently bring that leg towards you. And if you want more, extend that leg out. This is my dodgy leg after surgery. Never mind, it's getting there. As you exhale, bring that leg a little bit closer towards you if you can. Try to relax your shoulders as much as possible. I know you're using your arms to bring the leg in, so it's tough to relax the shoulders sometimes. And if you want more, lift the head and shoulders up into that counterbalance stretch, tucking the elbows in, and maybe lift that bottom leg off the floor. You can either point the toe or flex the foot, whatever's good for you. And just breathe. When you're ready, release, bring the knees in, take a gentle rock side to side. Just rolling yourself onto one side and then onto your knees. I'm going to take a nice cat stretch. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, chin to the chest, pull the middle of the spine upwards. Inhale, flat back, and exhale to arch. And flat back, tuck your toes under, inhale. Exhale as you lift to like a downward facing dog. And just walk through your dog, pressing alternate heels down, bending alternate knees. And feel that lovely length through the backs of the legs. Alright, press both heels down, body weight even between the hands and the feet. Eye gaze towards the belly button. Now bend your knees and walk your feet towards your hands into a forward fold, feet hip width apart. Bend the knees and slowly roll all the way up through the spine. Crown of the head comes up last. Just going to get our heart rate up before we finish so that we're awake and we're not going to sleep. We've been lying down for a long time. So feet hip width apart. Inhale to reach like we did at the beginning, and exhale to swing down. Inhale to reach, and again. If you want a little bit more, when you're at the top, you can lift your heels and test your balance if you want to. It's up to you. Exhale, inhale, one more time. Hold it at the top, lock the ankles so you're not rolling outwards. Slowly lower the arms. And lower the heels. All right, inhale, reaching all the way up to the sides and all the way overhead. And exhale to lower. One more time. This time when you're at the top, clasp the hands, full body stretch. as you breathe out, you can release everything. You can undo your belt that's hopefully been fastened, your imaginary belt for the whole class, and give yourself a big shake out and a huge clap. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, or if you're doing it on demand later on catch up. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, happy Friday. Have a lovely weekend. Kerry will be back as usual for next week, but my name is Louise. So yeah, have a great evening, great weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. I'm teaching yoga on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock if anyone's around, so I might see you then, or on catch up. Take care, bye.